Okay, so I just saw like a YouTube short showing like a snippet of the episode of Adventure Time where we meet Fern. When he comes out of Finn's hand, essentially. And so, for context for the next part, I work as an LNA. I work with like the elderly, and a lot of them have like varying, who are on varying ends of the dementia and Alzheimer's spectrum. So I was thinking about Fern and how when he ran to Jake to try and like convince, help convince air quote fake Finn that he wasn't, like the real Finn. So Fern was trying to convince Jake of this, but then Jake pointed out, he said, "Yeah, no, that's the real one. Like that's the real Finn Mertens. You're just some weird like demon, like grass demon thing." And so they're both like scolding him and absconding him and yelling at him and calling him all these names and whatnot. And Fern just runs away terrified. And I thought about how terrifying that must be because you like it just really kind of sunk into me now years after watching that episode that we forget Fern is an exact, like his memories, he has an almost exact copy of Finn's memories. And so he thinks he is him. In his mind, in his reality, he is Finn Mertens. And so to see Jake, his best friend, his like brother, and like his like one of the most important people to him in the world, like tell him to go off, like get out of here, skedaddle, is like the single most terrifying thing that Fern or Finn Mertens has ever experienced in his life. It's more terrifying than the Lich, more terrifying than the all of the monsters and shit he's seen up to this point, because he's losing the one person that's like been there for him his whole life and like kept him sane. And I can compare that to dementia because like I imagined myself today, like what if I were like at work, like working on a shift or something, and I were just suddenly like blink, and I'm in a completely different place at a completely different time of day, surrounded by people that I have no idea who they are. Like in that, like I'm just imagining that must maybe be what dementia must be like. It's like to see these people who are trying to convince you of otherwise, like what your reality is, like your memories and everything that you experience that you might be reliving at that moment, like they're invalidated because nobody around you like either believes you or they have to like kind of tell you the truth of like what's going on, and you just have to constantly live that like fact that your reality the reality that you're experiencing is not what is actually occurring.